Who would think they would connect as one word, two words? Hell. Oh, hello. 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 Hell. Oh, really? Really? Are you sure? Oh, those of you new to the work today, welcome to this community. Here we identify and question the thoughts that cause all the suffering in our world, everything from just mild irritation to, I can't stand it anymore. And worse than that last one I improvised for some of us, sometimes. Oh, no raised hands yet. Oh my, this is lovely. With or without hands raised. Okay, I'm done. I'm out of here. Oh gosh. Sabina. Hi, honey.
Hi, Katie. Can you just do
Yes,
work now?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you, Katie?
Oh gosh, what a great question. I've walked her. I've watered her. I fed her. I set her down, and here you are. I'm doing really well, Sabina.
Oh, I'm great. I was watching the replay this morning from yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and something just happened. I just felt like I'm healed, or I don't know. I just felt really good.
Yes, sweetie.
It
Oh,
was so sweet.
I love that gathering so much.
Yeah, it was so sweet.
Well,
And I have a worksheet if no one is having the hand up, but
let me take another one, okay?
yeah, sure.
Like that. Oh, honey, you are something beautiful. Abila Shah, you have your hand up.
Hi, Katie. Hi.
Hey.
How are you feeling today?
Oh gosh, let's see. The top of my head feels okay. My hair is not complaining. Not that it wouldn't if it could see it, if it could see itself. But yeah, my shirt didn't scream, "Don't put me on, don't put," so far so good. So far so good. Everything seems to be in order. I'm sure grateful, honey. And thank you for the question. I love when people say, "How are you?" I'm like, whoa. If you just consider that, how am I? I don't know. I didn't wake me up this morning. And my hand moved, but I didn't say, I think I'll move my hand now. There's something going on and I'm in. So I'm
So,
fine, sweetie.
so I do have a bunch of worksheets actually, but I'd like to work on one of them with you. And I think they all have a common theme between them, which is that I have this growing feeling in my heart that this life is a sadistic joke and that that it's all just one problem after the other, and that there's a lot of sadness out there waiting for me, all of those things. But there's one thing in particular which is about illness that I would like to work on.
Okay. And then Sabina, hang in there, honey. Maybe we can get them both in. Okay. So,
She has a worksheet. I'll be okay with that. You can go ahead with hers as well.
okay. Well, since we're on right now, let's do some of yours. Let's get something done and then hop on over to our Sabina.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have a judge your neighbor worksheet, and if should I just read my statement then?
Yes.
Okay. So I am terrified and angry with illness because they kill my joy for life.
Okay. So, what is the time and place where you're experiencing that?
So, this is my grandma was recently diagnosed with cancer, and she's okay, all's well with her. But also, then there was this scare that at the same time, my mother had the very same issue, although her diagnosis was just fine. And my boyfriend broke his arm, and he's unable to play guitar. He's a guitar player, so there's a lot of illness and ill health around me all at once. So I think I'm placing myself in the context of waking up in the morning with this overwhelming sense of dread about how nothing is fine.
Yeah, so illness kills your joyful life. Be there in bed this morning. Imagine yourself back there. Be then, there, now. When you have the thought, illness kills my joyful life. So illness kills your joyful life. Is it true? In that situation, illness kills your joyful life. Is it true?
It feels true, yes.
Okay, so it feels true. Those are 3 words we're looking
Yes.
at. I'll
Yes.
bring you to the work. The work is it's an experience in stillness. It's self-awareness, self-inquiry. So anchored there, illness kills your joyful life as you lay in bed, wake up.
Still, yes.
It's still yes. Okay, so feel the yes, feel the yes.
Yes.
I just want you to have what I give me. So I just will kind of hold you to that one word.
Yes.
Okay. So illness kills your joyful life. Beautiful woman waking up. Illness kills your joyful life. Notice how you react in that situation when you have the thought, illness kills my joyful life. And close your eyes, be there now, and notice those images of past and future. That's how the ego works. Notice those images of past and future the ego offers up when you're thinking the thought, illness kills my joyful life. Oh, honey, you described them to us earlier. You see your grandmother in the past with cancer, and you see a future where she still has like the future is, did you hear me say future? Okay, that's in the past. So those images are the apparent past and future. And you see your mother in the past, and she had cancer. And then you see in the past maybe other images the ego offers up of past, of future, when you think the thought, illness kills my joyful life.
I think what I notice myself doing in that moment is really fearing for my freedom. In that moment, apart from the illness, I also see myself having to be here in this city, in this home physically, or anywhere else, but I'm filled with images of this is my life. That's all. I'm just looking after people. And
Yes.
although my mother is fine, she has no disease and she never did, it was just a scare.
So
I
you
still
see,
look at her like,
yes, honey, your life is just full of it past, and it's going to continue in the future. As you lay in bed with the thought, illness kills my joyful life, as you witness those images, notice the emotional, that's a very emotional thing. You're sitting in the ego's world, and there's cause and effect, those images, and as you witness them, where do you feel those emotions? So,
In my body,
yeah.
I feel them in my chest, in my solar plexus, sometimes in my throat. My heart is beating fast.
Now notice, do you have trouble getting out of bed? Is there the slightest depression, hesitation as you're experiencing that ego's world of past, future, and those emotions?
Yeah, it makes me not want to get out of bed, and even physically I'm low on energy, and I think I have been ironically avoiding my grandmother. Just so sitting with her, I don't sit with her nearly as much as I should, because any conversation about even her eyesight is slowly getting poorer. And I don't want her to talk to me about it because I get triggered, and then I mean.
So that's, you're describing what's going on before you even get up. And the word that I'm experiencing is dread. Those images of past, future, and then you see your grandmother in the other room if she's in the same house, and then the dread and the, oh my. Now be there now. Won't change anything. Now, who are you without the thought, illness kills my joyful life? Who are you without the thought, without the images that show up with it as a partner? Thoughts have no power without the images. That's how the ego works. Who are you without the thought, illness kills my joyful life? So look at the ceiling. Be there now. Open your eyes, look at the ceiling, look at the walls, feel the bed that holds you. Other than what you're thinking and believing, are you okay?
To start with, I think I would be happily asleep till like 9 or 10 or whatever AM, depending on my schedule for the day. And
maybe you'd find yourself, I used to lay in bed and not get up. In the words, it's not get up. And every time something got me up. Something got me up.
yeah.
Got me up. And it's an incredible practice just to see, I got me up. Who am I without that thought? Just try to stay in bed, just witnessing. Like all of you, notice where your hands are right now. Notice where your feet are right now. Notice, are your legs crossed or are they not? Or did you do it? Are you the doer? Look at my hands right now. They're on one's on my thigh and my other hand is on top of the other hand. I didn't say, I think I'll put my hand on my thigh and the other one on my hand. Life is, it's flawlessly beautiful and adorable. But what we're thinking and believing about life, that could use a little work. In my words, this work we're sitting in right now. So it could be you sleep till noon. It could be You find yourself just popping up for no reason. It could be you have to pee and you just don't want, you don't have to go to the bathroom and pee. You could do it in bed. And it's time for me to get up. I'm up. Without a war, without the war in my head, as you described, but I know that world, the cause of suffering and depression and dread. Illness kills my joyful life. Where you have, how would you turn that around to the other? Pride just doesn't.
The one that came to my mind when I was working on this was illness makes me grateful for my health, because this is in the context of other people falling ill. So I feel that when they are ill, I am fine and I am able to experience this world the way I want to. And this is temporary, but I can be free.
That's so beautiful. So beautiful. And now find a turnaround for the sentence as well. Illness kills my joyful life. Find an opposite.
Illness does not kill my joyful life.
In that situation in bed, is their illness, or what you're thinking and believing about their illness, killing the joy of your life?
I'm having a little bit of trouble with this one. I'm not sure how to process that sentence, because it feels...
It doesn't kill my joyful life. The ego, what I'm thinking and believing.
Well, yeah.
What the ego is offering up, I really think that's me, and I really think that's my grandmother, and I really think that's my mother, and that's crazy. They don't fit in your head. They're too large. You can't stuff them in there. Those thoughts, mother, grandmother, their illness, and those thoughts of you, having to take care of them, the dread you feel. Illness doesn't kill my joyful life. We could say my mental illness is killing my joyful life here in bed, right here, right now.
100%.
My mental illness meaning I think that's them, I think that's me. And I dread. That's a sleepness. That's a sleepness. The difference between the ego's world and this beautiful world we call Earth. This gifted world, this flawless world, other than what we're thinking and believing.
If I may ask, in the past as well, whenever I have worked on, say, a turnaround, it almost always comes back. And sometimes I find that I don't have the stamina in me to sit with that thought, and then it sort of spirals into...
You know, you don't have to, but the thought's going to follow you around. It's not as something. I think the thought now. You don't have a choice. It could happen again. The thing is, because I've done this work, I know the difference between reality and fantasy. The difference between being here now or being in the past or future. And I don't say, ego, stop, past, future. I don't do any of that. I just notice it's imagination. That's imagination. That's the ego's fight for survival, to be a thing, a physical I. That could never be. Imagination is, it is what we have here in Earth School to wake us up to reality, the gift of our true nature. But life isn't a terrible thing to get through. Once we understand it's a trance, and I can't say, oh, it's a trance, get over it. It's not like that. It's waking up in bed, this stillness, carrying my child for life, and the ego offers up these images. And there you are, the healthy one, having to take care of all. There's so much. And this kills my joy for life, relieving my thoughts in that situation as you lay in bed. Trying to kill my thoughts, kill my joy for life. I can't kill them, I can meet them with some understanding.
I'm having some trouble hearing you.
Is this better?
Yeah, that is better. Yeah. Just the last 10 seconds or so.
Also, Abhi, is there a fan on in your room?
Yes, there is. Should I
Any-
turn it off?
If you could turn it off, that would be great. Thank you.
Thanks, Keith. Thanks, Abby. Okay, so let's look at number 2.
I want illnesses to be less cumbersome, less expensive.
Okay, so now, honey, you've got an echo going. Just read number 2. I want
illnesses to be less cumbersome, less expensive, and less scary.
Okay. Is it true? Stay anchored in bed. Is your sound cut off, honey?
Yeah.
There you are. Okay, you're on mute again. There you are again.
So the answer to that was no.
Okay. And how do you react when you believe the thought? I want illness to be less cumbersome, less expensive, less caring.
I find myself dreading anything to do with the treatment, which is funny because that's the way out of the illness.
No, it's not funny. It means getting the people we love into an automobile or finding a ride, going into the hospital. It means waiting for hours. It means my grandmother's sick. It means I should have left her in bed. It's better than being here for hours and hours. And then the doctor, that's not the doctor. It's just all of that running through your head, things like that as you lay in bed.
Yeah.
With nothing being asked of you in the moment. Just in the trance. In the trance. And it's not a trance once you wake up to the trance. That's not your mother. That's not your grandmother. That is imagination. Offered up, ego style. I want illness to be less cumbersome, less expensive, less caring. So who are you without that thought? Without those thoughts, who are you? Just drop the images in your head respectfully. Those aren't real, those aren't people. You're being imagined. And look, it's the ceiling falling down on your head. Is the bed holding you? Are the walls still standing? That state of grace, that never, ever moving state of grace. Other than what we're thinking and believing. So turn it around to, rather than I want illness to be less cumbersome, less expensive, less caring, more caring, turn it around to, I want my thoughts to.
Yeah, I want my thoughts to be less cumbersome, less scary, less expensive.
Yeah, because that's not, those aren't real people. That's not those aren't real people. They're what you're thinking and believing about the world and the people in it. In that situation. And some of you new to the work might jump to, but it's true. I am going to have to take that. I am going to have to take, and just say, oh, thank you for sharing, ego. And then I would write down, I have to take care of them. No, you don't. When you question, I have to take care of them, is it true? No. You don't. No one's making you. No one makes you do it. Be a kind and caring, loving human being that has a lot on your hands. Nothing you have to do, it's just doing how you are, no matter what your ego says. It's not fair, I don't want to, I need more help, all of that. Look at you. Look at you. You want to meet a loving, caring human being. Look at you. Your ego would say, you have to do it. No, you don't.
Yeah, but I do, that does bring up a new wave of worries with it. Like, say, I don't end up helping, my mom will have to work, and then I feel like she's overburdening herself, and then there's guilt, and then there's more.
So help her.
I don't
or not. It's nothing you have to do. Without these thoughts, would you be without these thoughts? I've tested this, and I can tell you from my own experience, and it's something you'll have to find on your own, but there's never too much for me. Never too much for me. And the things I don't do, I don't believe my ego that I'm too tired. I can think the thought, oh, I'm too tired. But if I ask myself, is it true? I can. And then when I fall down on the ground, that's when I'm too tired. People wouldn't say that's wise, but it's important that I know what's true and what's not. And honey, I've taken a lot of shortcuts here with you because I want to hop over to our Sabina. But this is quite a worksheet, and you have to take care of them. Is it true? Sit on that one of these 4 questions and turn around. The worksheet. Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Yeah, and next Monday, if you come in, we can finish it up if you're still hear from you. Okay. Sabina, your worksheet.
Thank you so much.
Ah,
So I wrote on number 1, I'm speechless with him because he threw my book away. And the situation, I don't know how to put it short. I met my neighbor 2 months ago when we had a blackout here, and we met by chance on the corridor, and he borrowed me a charger to charge the phone. I brought it back and he asked me for a walk, then he asked me for coffee every day. Then he said it's too fast for him and he wants some silence. So we had 10 days, no contact. Then he contacted me again and we met in another way. He said he lost his driving license due to some medical checkup, and if I could drive for him, and he probably, because of that, he can't go to his exams, which he has to cancel, and he was learning for that 2 years. So I told him I can help you learn for the exams, and I help you to get that driving license back. And he told me it's worse to him to lose that driving license than his parents died. Anyway, after some time, he asked me by WhatsApp, what do you exactly want from me? And then my thought was marrying. And I asked him, do you want an honest answer and a complete one? And he said yes, of course I want an honest answer. And then I said, okay, wait. And I had a notebook and I said look 10 minutes later in the letterbox. And I wrote in that notebook, honest answer, marrying. And then he took it. I didn't hear from him 3 days. Then he asked me, can I use your bike? And we texted some other stuff. Anyway, he ended up telling me he will text me or he will talk to me after the exams. And then after the exams, I received a text from him and he said, if you ever again, and I was not aware, I was only talking to another neighbor I met who knows him. And we were talking about him, kind of what the relationship is. And I told her, yeah, we're talking about the relationship. And this is the situation I told him to marry. I know only that. And I wasn't aware of anything else. And I thought maybe that was a mistake. Could be, yeah, maybe is a mistake. But Sue, I felt threatened. And then after some time, I felt what do I do? This story from Andrea is picking up. And I wrote the police. And I thought to me, is it possible by the police to get that book out of his... Do you hear me?
yes. What book?
It's frozen on my side.
Oh.
To get that book out. And then the police called me and they spoke to him and me. And then the police told me he threw that book away and he doesn't want contact to me anymore.
Okay, now Sabina, what book was it? Your diary?
It's like a notebook. Yeah, I was just writing it to him, about 3 pages. I was starting it the day before, Dear Moritz is called, and some things. And then page 3, I was writing this 5th of August, honest answer, marrying.
Okay, so your neighbor he said, you're going too fast. I need space. So be there in that situation. Describe it. Are you at his apartment? Are you standing in the hallway? Are you outside? Is he in your home? When he said, you're going too fast, I need space.
Oh, this was way before. My number 1 I wrote is he threw my book away. But
Okay. So what is the situation where you're speechless and you have the thought, he threw my book away?
I'm alone in my room.
Okay.
In my bed. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So where you are right here, right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So be there now in that time and place at that time when you were feeling all the emotions. He threw your notebook away. Is it true? Can you really know that it's true? He threw your notebook away. Okay. He told the police that he did. They said that he said that. Now notice how you react in bed when you think the thought, he threw my notebook away?
I get really hurt. And I have these imaginations, how he throws this notebook away. I see him, like, one option is he's like really angry and like, fuck this shit, fuck this book. How stupid is she? How can she tell me this?
Yeah.
Like this killing kind of, I kill her, I throw it, I destroy it,
Yeah, it's the whole Andre thing again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I also see the option, maybe he's just kind of indifferent and he's just like careless, and she say things like, let's just put it away. And then I get on this, on top of that, he didn't even inform me about this. Like, and I'm since a month waiting for a reply.
Okay.
And I feel,
all that runs through your head, and the emotional is so powerful when you're believing those thoughts, thinking those thoughts, that you're even rubbing in your chest right now.
Yeah.
So alive in you. He threw my notebook away. So be there in that same situation, honey. Imagine that situation as you lay there in that time and place without the thought, he threw my notebook away. Get really anchored. It doesn't mean go into denial. You can't really know if he did or not. But you can know what you're throwing away when you're losing yourself, just going back into hell. He threw my notebook away. Who are you without the thought? Even though it may be true.
I see the window, the curtains.
Oh gosh, honey. And notice, can you breathe? Without the thought, can you breathe again? Get settled in again. Be home.
Yeah, I notice how I didn't notice that I can breathe. Yeah.
Yeah. Come home again. Notice how that blood flows, that oxygen flows through, so everything can start moving again. Notice when you believe the thought, the tension, arms, legs, feet, toes, chest, face, everything but maybe your hair and fingernails.
Yeah, when I'm in the thought, I have like this fog. It feels like a fog. And it's like not touchable, but this fog feeling somehow.
It's, I would refer to that as too much to even discern what the ego is offering up. It's just got you in the trance. Not right, not wrong. You're just being tranced. He threw my notebook away, turned around. I threw my notebook away. Now just consider that, Sabina. When he said, "What do you want?" and you said, "Marriage," that's a lot for a new relationship. You're a very honest, straightforward human being, and everyone isn't ready for that. Some are, some aren't. He
told the police he's afraid and overwhelmed. Yeah.
And did you tell the police that you understand why he would be?
Yeah, I said I understand that.
Yeah, that you say you understand it because you said what you wanted from the relationship was marriage.
Yeah, I understand that because he comes from, for example, he said he has given up on women. He will never make that. And this is like a complete turnaround for him.
Ooh, honey, I think that you're onto something. Like when you look at I threw my notebook away. And relationship, I'm hearing from you that he was like one of the last people up for marriage. Anyone. It's not, to anyone. It's not even personal. He told you.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like I give too much love away or something.
Well,
Like in that way, I kind of gave it away. I really gave it.
Yeah, honey, that's everyone's not ready for that kind of love. I used to run toward people on the street and just wrap my arms around them and just I love you, and just, just and not understand why they backed away, when the were first found me, an agoraphobic, not only out of bed, but out of the house, and just wild with, I know this world by nature. And people taught me not to say, I want to marry you or I love you. Everyone is not up for that. Yeah. And if someone wants to
Yeah.
marry me, let's say they can ask me, am I up for that?
I felt so much like, because he asked me, what do you exactly want from me?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And
yeah,
you did marriage to someone that was already very clear in the thing. He just wanted his driver's license. Okay. Let's 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 look at two. In that situation, what do you want when you're
I want him to bring the book back. I want him to talk to me. I can't read what I wrote.
Hey, let's look at, you want him to talk to you. Is it true? The police are already involved. So now get into that beautiful, critical thinking mind of yours. You want him to talk to you. Contemplate that. Think it through. Is it true you want him to talk to you? If you really care about him, so much you'd even be willing to marry. You want
I
him
see that.
to you.
I
Is it?
see that I accept his silence. It's also okay when he takes time. I don't want him to put under pressure, and I don't want him to talk to me that he wants to sue me by police.
Well, you can have all of that. Just don't speak to him again. In the meantime, marry yourself. We both know who you really are. You love.
Well, I think you know better than me. I really do, yeah.
Yeah, you really do. And when you love, it's like forever, and it can get crazy, and that's not love. Love is an internal experience. No one has to know I love. That's mine. I don't have to prove it or say it or anything. It doesn't mean that I might not. If someone said, I love you, if it's true, I might say, I love you too. But in this situation, you want him to talk to you. Now imagine your life, sweetie, from this moment on, starting there in bed, in the situation, without the thought, I want him to talk to me. Set this fantasy husband aside. That's not him. He is not someone that wants to marry. He's not someone that wants to talk to you. He's threatened. He doesn't even want your notebook. He is threatened. You want him, that guy. If you really care about him, you want him to talk to you. Is it true? All of you new to the work, these answers are yes or no. This is we're meditating in that question and situation.
Still with a yes.
He doesn't want to marry you. He doesn't want to talk to you. That would not make a great marriage.
Okay. No.
Now notice how you react when you think the thought, I want him to talk to me. Notice, look at that life of yours.
I have this idea standard that when you have a problem, you talk together.
No,
And
you
in
don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Some people don't want to talk. Some do, some don't. He doesn't. So talk to yourself. Here you are. I want him to talk. You want him to talk to you? Let's turn it around. I don't want him to talk to me. So try it on. Give me an example. Why is it if you care about him, you don't want him to talk to you?
Then I get immediately, I want him to hug me, which is a kind of talking as well again. I don't want him to talk to me. I see I have a total different image in my mind than what he is.
Yeah, there's him, the real dude, and then there's the him of your imagination.
And I remember words like I experienced him as very courageous. He was asking me in the first meeting, why are you not working? Why are you on sick leave? What is this and this?
Before you said, what I want from this relationship,
Yeah.
in response to his question, is marriage.
Yeah.
To a man that has already told you that's not what he doesn't want to take any kind of relationship on.
Yeah.
It would involve even the potential of that.
Yeah.
I want him to talk to me. Do you see another turnaround?
I want me to talk to me.
Yeah, and see the way I'm hearing you now in response, in our conversation right now, as we sit in these questions. You're figuring this out, and then you have a mind that just hops like right back in. You're expecting marriage for yourself. So you can give you that. You don't need him. He doesn't want to. It's the last thing he wants, but you can be your partner. You can marry. You are one smart, loving, caring, brilliant human being.
But in some ways, stupid.
You leave you out. You're looking for him to give you what you want. Marry yourself. See what kind of partner you would make for him. Marry yourself. You keep rejecting you. I want him to talk to me. I don't want him to talk to me. It's hurtful. It's hurtful.
Yeah.
And scary. Police get involved.
Yeah. And his talking also involves a lot of silence. We had this.
No, see, your mind just flipped out to, we had a lot of silence. We could be married the rest of our life and never talk. We could just be silent. I don't think that's a marriage that's going to work.
No, it's not.
But it shows me how far you'd go to get what you want. And it's not what he wants. I want him to talk to me. I want me to talk to me. Just the way you're doing now, on paper, to talk
Yeah.
to yourself.
And slow down.
Responding out of these 4 questions and turn around and slow down.
And sit more with myself. I'm often distracted by other people. And even though like the last 6, 7, 8 years I spent so much time alone, but sometimes I think I still need more time alone.
Honey, I'm alone. I could have all the people in the world around me, but I'm still alone. Life is what I am thinking and believing it to be. Everyone is. There's no human being that isn't who you believe them to be, you think or believe them to be. You are the one. You're the one. Ultimately, if you don't love you, don't expect anyone else to take that on. Even though we do, we're not the one like the neighbor or I don't want him to talk to me. Why? Because I care about him. Why? Because it scares him. I don't want him to talk to me. Why?
Because he scares me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's not going for it, sweetie. Let's look at 3. In that situation, what advice to get what you want? And number 2, what advice would you offer him? He should or shouldn't?
He shouldn't have done it. I put in breaks if it is true. He
No.
should realize that he is wrong, hurtful, childish. He should say sorry. He could ask how can I make it right?
So he shouldn't have done it. You mean called the police or thrown away your notebook?
Thrown away the notebook.
Okay. He shouldn't have done it. Is it true? Let's assume he really did. We have no reason to believe he didn't. We didn't see him do it. We don't know. And you're imagining he did, so he shouldn't have done it. Is it true?
No.
No. He shouldn't have done it, turned around.
He should have done it.
Examples of why he should have done it.
It's clear. There's also a way that he receives it. And
Yeah, it wasn't wholehearted.
he wasn't.
It wasn't wholehearted. He didn't receive it wholeheartedly. So look at it.
He threw away what was wrong.
He should have done it. He should have thrown it away. Another example.
He's also kind of putting speed in this relationship. He's not talking and discussing. He decides.
There's another example. That's who he is. That's how he manages his life. It's how he stays single, and that's his goal. Another example, he should have thrown away the notebook.
I'm not wasting time with him.
He wants nothing to do with you. You scare him. You were so clear about your motive of marriage. He's trusting that. So any anything connected with you, he's going to sever that. You were clear about your motive. You wanted marriage from the relationship. That's, the goal. It was honest, but he's not the guy. He should realize he's wrong, hurtful, and childish. He is wrong, is it true?
Yes.
He is hurtful, is it true?
Yes.
He is childish, is it true?
I see a yes and a no. I see the decisiveness is adult, but what I see as childish is that he doesn't come to me and say, okay, look, we have a total different place of where we are at. Let's talk about this, and I don't want to continue.
That's not where we're at. We're on number 3. So let's turn it around. He shouldn't have thrown away the notebook. He was wrong to do that. Is it true?
No.
Boy, that's I feel such relief when I hear you say that.
I feel freedom in both of us.
In that situation, I should realize that I am wrong, hurtful, and childish, and say I'm sorry to myself, not to him. He wants no contact. And the way you can make it right is to stay out of his business.
So what was childish?
Expecting something from him he's not able to give, maybe?
Yeah, or maybe just have this wedding idea.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that part of you that'll just, maybe be so into winning and losing that that kind of stubbornness that would just run over someone you care about, just run over what they want, their values, their just override and force it on them.
I feel so like someone comes to me and then I feel so pulled into it, and then I give and then I get this like hit back somehow.
Well, it's you expect something in return.
Yeah.
And in this situation, marriage.
Mhm.
He should make it right, turned around, I should.
I should make it right to myself.
Yeah. So is that someone you want to marry? Him, not not the one you imagine him to be, but him.
No.
So I should make it right.
Like, let's us go again.
Just leave him alone. Honor what he wants. That's what friends do.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to see you as a friend. He can just learn to be safe from you in his own neighborhood.
Yeah.
There you are, giving him what you can give him.
Yeah.
Give him his freedom from worry or having to look over his shoulder.
Silence is so hard to give. I find that so hard.
Well, there's a lot of suffering until we learn these things that are so difficult for us. But I want you to be this loving, caring human being, and that's what you can give him.
Yeah, I can.
He should make it right. I should make it right and give him what he wants. After all, that's someone you were willing to marry.
Yeah.
Let's look at 4.
I need him to self-realize who he is in the good and the bad. I need him to clarify the misunderstandings. I need him to love me. I need him to not deny his attraction for me and his love for me. Yeah.
He loves you, is it true? Can you really know that it's true? He loves you?
No.
And then he has done everything to show you otherwise. Everything he can do to show you otherwise. And he's strong. How do I know he's strong? He's up against you.
Yeah, he's very strong. That attracts me. He's like that other guy.
Well, it frightens him to the point of police involvement. To be happy, you need him to realize who he is. So turned around, for me to be happy, I need to realize who he is. He is someone that wants nothing more to do with you.
Yeah.
To be happy, you need him to clarify. You need him to love you. To be happy, you need him to love you. Is it true?
No.
Oh, sweetie pie. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I can give that to myself.
And you were honest about your intention, which I find very naive. You wanted to marry someone you didn't even know.
I felt I know his heart.
Yeah, well,
And
he's got a mind that goes with that heart, and he's a loner, it seems.
Yeah, very much.
And he's a private person. He doesn't, I want me to love him. When you look at that, don't talk to the neighbors about him. Don't bring up his name.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
That's what he wants.
Yeah.
So that's what you can give, and he never has to know it.
Yeah.
And you can leave him alone. That's what love is. And
Yeah.
he has to know that it's been difficult for you.
Yeah.
And in these ways, you'll realize who you are, a respectful, caring human being that loves easily and deeply.
Yeah. And all the things about his driving license, the learning, I really gave it without expecting anything.
Other than marriage. That was your
And then I felt there's this relationship going on a little bit, and I started to like, can we talk about our relationship? Because I feel
yeah,
like we need.
and I hope you're clear about your relationship. He has his life, and he wants his life apart from you. That's
Yeah.
your relationship.
Yeah. I just find it so sad that we like, because of him, I also felt I can work again, or I can have a relationship again. And that
That's loving him. What if you experience just taking the him off of it? It's like, I love him. Okay, just drop the thought of him. Let's say you could do that. Let's say that leaves I love.
Okay.
That sends you out into the world without looking for men that want to get married.
Yeah.
So you can do, honey, you're brilliant. I mean, I'm not just saying that. I mean, you've got education and an IQ. You've got, I mean, you're that girl. And your focus goes to what you can't have.
Yeah.
And why can't you have it? Because your life is meant, obviously, for other things. That
Yeah.
you are just, oh, the places you can fill in the world with that love of yours, if it's not focused on what you can't have.
Yeah.
Oh, the energy it takes to okay, to be happy. I need his love for me. Turned around for me to be happy. I need
My love for me.
And to be happy, I need my love for him to be enough to give him his life back 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, my heart, let's look at 5.
He's angry, aggressive, careless, doesn't respect me, doesn't take me serious, childish, overwhelmed, fearful, honest, lying, self-denying, on.
And I sure want to spend the rest of my life with him. Huh? You hear how crazy that's?
I see that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so in that situation, I am
angry, I'm aggressive, I'm careless.
slow it down. You are aggressive, Sabina. And it's love for you, but love isn't aggressive. It's not demanding.
No. I see I put that in like a spare.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good see there. I am careless when it comes to,
His fear.
oh boy. Yes. And take that in. You're careless. When you
Yeah, about many things I don't know.
He wants no piece of it. He's very clear. You're careless. Take care of you. leave him alone if you care for him.
Yeah, it's really hard.
It's really hard, honey. It's really hard because you're locked into I want, I need.
And was this hope and this, I don't know. And it was so beautiful and gave me so much. And I felt I can give him so much. And I don't want to throw this all away.
Well, when he said, basically, what is the end game? What do you want from this relationship? And you were honest, rightfully so. The only problem is he meant it. He meant what he said to you even before you said marriage. He was very clear.
Yeah.
He doesn't respect me. Turn it around. I don't respect me.
I see there is some truth about it, but I cannot really name it. There are really places I don't like about me, and I hate me, and I think I'm so stupid. And
Honey, we're looking at the word respect. You just floated away. I don't respect me in that situation with him. I'm disrespectful to myself in that situation with him. When I approach him, because Sabina, you know what his reaction's going to be. You just think you can shift it somehow.
yes,
It's manipulative. It's not something that you could even trust if he did shift, which he's not going to do.
I wanted to help him. I wanted to make him happy. I wanted to get him out of his hell.
Can you hear the arrogance in that? He wants no peace.
Yeah.
So give that to you. That just tells me that you have that to give. Give it to you. Go out into the world. Give it to you. Don't go out into the world seeking a relationship with a man. Go out into the world to serve your purpose. To make changes that this world could really use.
Yeah. That's what I want to do.
Contribute. With him, this person you say you want to marry,
Yeah.
you just go to the ones that could use a little of
Could
your,
what?
could use some of your talents that you've been trained and educated for. I mean, my goodness, sweetie, in the medical field, you're a freaking whiz. And your focus is just on what you can't have.
Yeah.
He's childish when it comes to him. My thoughts about him are,
Childish.
yeah,
Yeah, that I can help him, make him happy, marry him, whatever.
that's childish and disrespectful, considering where he is.
Yeah.
Okay, my heart, let's
What about this? He's honest and lying. I see this both.
where sit in that. He's lying. Is it true? He's saying he doesn't, he wants nothing to do with you. He's frightened of you. You're aggressive. You go over his head. You disrespect what he wants. He's aggressive. Is it true? Yes, he's aggressively trying to save himself from you. So so he can keep his single status and be comfortable living where he's without having to move.
Yeah.
or fear or be apprehensive.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's turn all this around to how I know you to be. What is the opposite of angry? I am.
Kind.
Yes, you are. I mean, with all your thoughts about him, they're all about how can you love him? How can you support him? How can you, that's, that's just that he doesn't want that from you.
And I'm kind that I'm giving him the silence now.
Yes. Very, when you consider it's you and how willful you can be.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. You're kind.
I'm really thinking what is the best I can do in this world.
Well, yes, honey. So let's keep looking at it. He is aggressive. I mean, I'm aggressive, and that situation turned around. What is the opposite of aggressive?
Gentle.
Look at you. You've learned a lot about how to be gentle.
Mm.
And in Earth School, it's school. But you focus on him, and it keeps you agitated and falling short and wanting.
Yeah, and I think what I have to learn or notice is like that I have to wait for people's responses. Sometimes I think, why can't they answer in 5 minutes?
Because you can't, but you can. That's another one of your talents. We can. Some of us, we're just going on, duh, or gosh, I don't have the answer yet. That's an excellent question, and we don't get back to you. Some of us are just too busy. Some of us are just not interested. Some of us are et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So you move on, you find people that are smart enough to keep up with you when you're contributing, as you're contributing all that talent of yours that you're using up on fantasizing relationships.
Yeah. And it's not only relationship, it's also with work. Like, yeah, with this Swiss Air ambulance, they fired me. That's the same kind of thing. Because I really wanted to work there. I don't want to work there anymore, but there's something same like in the relationship.
But look at the patterns we're looking at here with your neighbor that you had running there on the job.
Yeah.
This is costing you this I know mine, this aggressive, disrespectful in the situation of him. It's not respect to yourself. It's childish and not honest, and you're lying to yourself.
Well, I lie that I see the bad things and I buy them.
Yeah, you think it and then you believe it. Is that what you were saying?
No, for example, I see that he is unkind, and then I think I still want to marry him because that's a part of him, and when we clear the relationship, it will go.
Honey, he doesn't want anything to do with you.
Yeah.
And it's not even necessarily, it wasn't personal to begin with. He doesn't want to be married.
Yeah, it's not personal, no.
I just want to share where my head is right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you made a list, just knowing what little you know of him,
Mm-hmm.
why you are being spared.
Okay.
He's a loner. You want to marry that? He doesn't want, he has a very private life. He doesn't want people discussing him. You want to marry that? These are things to, okay,
Yeah.
this six.
I don't ever want that he kills me, disrespects me. I don't ever want that he doesn't do what I want. I don't ever want him to see him stuck. I don't want him to see doing all alone. I don't ever want that he does not want to be a team.
Honey, this first one you wrote, I don't ever want him to kill me. If you keep pushing, you have no idea what people will do to save themselves from being aggressively cornered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also with my sister, my parents.
Yeah. And you aggressively, in your attempts, aggressively attempt to corner men in your life sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're not going for it. In two of the situations you and I have looked at.
Yeah. I think then
they're not going for it, honey. And I love that you're not imprisoned other than in the prison of your mind. And that's hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love you have a way to straighten it out.
Yeah.
I don't ever want him to kill me. Is that what you're shooting for? Emphasis on the shooting?
No.
Like these ideas and what you follow up with?
No, it accelerates so fast somehow.
It does. It's aggressive. It's disrespectful. I'm looking at your words again.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't do what you want, and you're not doing what you want.
Yeah. I see how I often get really distracted from what I want to do. And it's often mostly people.
Yeah. And you write, I don't ever want to see him all alone. That's his bloody preference.
Yeah.
He's good with that. That's his preference, whether he is or not good with it. That's his preference. It's his life.
Yeah, his choice, his freedom.
And you have no idea what he's saving you from. He could be holding something that he's trying to spare you from that there's no way you'd ever know until, who knows?
Yeah, true.
As you're aggressive and can get angry and hurt when you don't get what you want, and careless and disrespectful toward yourself and childish, dishonest and unkind. Looking
Yeah.
again, those of you sitting in this are new to the work. I have an iPad here and I have help from Paula. She writes on the words so I can refer to them. She writes down Sabina's words or whoever I'm working with. And then it's all just erased afterward. It just goes away, but it supports me to use your own words. So we're all very clear about what the work is. We're dealing with the words we move to paper. And this is and what Sabina has on her worksheet. Oh, I don't ever want to see him all alone. I'm willing to.
I'm willing to see him all alone.
Yeah, and celebrate with it silently. I'm willing to see him all alone. And if it looks like we're going to bump into each other, I'm willing to see him all alone, to turn around and go the other way, to respect his boundaries.
Yeah.
He doesn't do what I want. Turned around, I don't do what I want. When
I
you
don't do what I want.
Yeah,
Well, I wait when I don't want to wait. That's one thing.
yeah, yeah. I'm willing to see he doesn't want to be a team. I look forward to.
Yeah, I'm willing to. I look forward to.
Seeing that he doesn't want to be a team. And to
That
respect
feels
that he doesn't want to be a team. See, these words came from your mind onto
yeah.
paper. These are not his. I'm willing to see that he doesn't want to be a team. See
Yeah,
that?
I'm willing,
Yeah.
but I look forward. That hurts.
Well, you know, he's, if you care about someone, then
And I see maybe it's not good because we are dependent on each other.
okay, I
Maybe
would just hold it right there. He's dependent on you.
No,
And you're dependent on him.
more.
I would say no, not at all. You want to be.
He has given me so much.
Yeah, and the more
I'm not-
the more distant he becomes.
Yeah,
I don't ever want him to disrespect me. I'm willing that he disrespects me. And I look forward to.
I'm willing that he disrespects me. Yes, I see that.
Yeah. So not speaking to you, maybe seeing you coming and he goes another direction, you know, it could feel like disrespect to you. And for him, it could feel like he's really trying to save himself from an altercation or from having, you know, from saying or doing something that's hurtful. But he
The
doesn't.
sound is wobbling.
Okay, honey, can you hear me better now? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm willing that he doesn't do what I want. I look forward to.
I look forward to that he doesn't do what I want.
Yeah. So just when you see
I
him,
see his surprises. I like his surprises.
well, he's going to be very surprised if you just leave him alone. Give him what he wants and don't ever discuss him with anyone else ever again for any reason.
Yeah,
All those discussions belong on paper where you can question them yourself. And oh, honey, you are just,
yeah.
you're so courageous and insightful and open. And there's something in you that just, you know, just, it's like you've got this thing that just attaches and And then when it comes
Yeah,
to
I
breaking it down
remember
and looking at it, when it comes to breaking it down and looking at it, you're so open with it. So just let's get some feedback, Sabina, honey.
Thank you
not
so
alone.
much, Katie.
I think we all have done what you do. All of us on a scale from 1 to 10 is just, you're way up there on the 10 scale sometimes. But those of us that are only like 1s or 2s, it could be at least as painful. So when it comes to pain, we don't know what that level is. But honey, you are courageous. So
Thank you so much.
oh, honey. Zena, you have a takeaway from Sabina's courageous work.
Yes, hi, Katie.
Hi.
I remember doing the work with Sabina, it was like 6 or 8 years ago, exact same worksheet. But she went further this time, so.
Yeah, it's a process. You know, the mind just opens and opens and opens as we learn to sit in this practice. Yeah.
But and I also noticed that I have some
Like it was like the same-ish worksheet with a different name on it, with a different,
different guy,
different,
different person, but exact same situation. And I noticed that I also seen my worksheet things that was in my worksheet like 10 years ago or 15 years ago, like it's still there. And for instance, as you were talking about, I'm tired, is it true? I did that work and it works. You know, I felt a lot of energy, but at some point, I've been exhausted and I just couldn't get out of bed for 2 weeks.
Well, I would say if I'm exhausted and I don't get out of bed, it's valid.
Yeah, but how do you find balance? Because that's what I find in my worksheet all the time. I'm not balanced. It's always too much or not enough. And how do you find balance?
I find if I do the work without a motive, and I just do the work on mother, father, sister, brother, neighbor, that everything you're pointing to right now falls away because we're tapping into a kind of wisdom that can take on all areas. Like you're exhausted, it's if you're saying, how do I react when I believe the thought? For me, if I were looking at it, I would just, you know, this is the best news. You know, I'm exhausted. Now I'm going to see how long I can lay here or lie here. Stephen may be watching. How long I can just lay here or lie here before this body gets up. And there's nothing I can do to keep it down.
I see the motive. I have a motive. My motive is to do more, to work more.
Yeah.
My motive.
So self-inquiry with a motive is, you know, I'm going to sit in self-inquiry and get what I want. But the only valid reason to sit in self-inquiry for me is for wisdom to meet the questions. And I find out as a result of that, I can walk faster, further than a couple of my grandchildren and that are in their 20s and a couple of them in their early 30s. And the difference is states of mind. I don't push myself.
That's where your energy comes from, because I always see you work very fast paced. The other day you were at the hospital, and then the day after that, I found you full of energy. Once you said to a guy, you were doing your morning walk, and the guy asked you, what's wrong? And you said, I'm just tired. You said that. So where from?
It's like what's true is true. I was tired.
That day you were telling.
But it is, you know, I can feel it. Let's say if I were to break it down, I feel it in my legs, and it's more about the muscles, maybe. You know, I'm tired. It's like just paying attention. And the work has opened me up to a point I don't have to like notice that it's my legs. When I say I'm tired, it's or my arms, or I notice my voice maybe has slowed down like that. And it's obvious to me I'm tired, but my reasons, it's comparison to when I'm not tired. So all these things the work shows us just kind of open us up to life. And I love pushing myself, but I never know what is too far until later. And then experience shows me, you know, my parameters, and it doesn't mean I'm going to be wise enough to stop before, you know, I enter some marathon or something that's just ridiculous. But oh boy, you know, it's sometimes like maybe I want to run a marathon, and my daughter will just have to stop me. And I don't think I'd ever win. I just want to run the marathon. You know, it's not about winning or losing or placing. I just want to run. And it's just not wise at my age. And it doesn't mean I don't want to run. So I walk very fast until I lose that as well. Gosh, what a discussion, huh? But as far as my mind, I think on my deathbed I'd be spirited, meaning not tired. Yeah, yeah, awake, aware. Yeah, and that's what this work has given me, and that's why I just love passing it on, these questions on to all of us. Honey, it's so good to see you again.
Love seeing you.
Oh gosh. Oh my. Melissa, what is your takeaway with our just amazing Sabina today?
Yeah, it's so funny. At first, I thought like I was just sort of watching someone else do the work, and then as she got really into it, I was like, uh-oh, this is also my work. Especially about being aggressive, and it really hit me when you said how much energy it takes to focus on things that don't want you, like, or the things that you can have. But I thought of it as like things that don't want me. Like, why would I spend so much, like almost all of my energy? Like,
Yes, honey.
so, I mean, I completely relate to the whole worksheet that Sabina did. And especially when it comes to like relationships, like,
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for that. So like, yes, I got a lot out of this one. So
Oh, honey. Thank you, Melissa. You know, if I want someone that doesn't want me, I can give them the greatest gift that I can give, and that is to just back off and give them that. If I care about that someone, that's what I can give them. I can back off
I think that's,
and spare them me, but not out of oh, he doesn't want me, poor me, not like that. But God, when you love, you loved. I want that person to have what they want, and that is life without me. I can give that.
yeah, I think I definitely have been in my ego thinking like, I'm so important that everyone needs me in their life. And it's just a total like wake up call to be like, that can also be a gift to leave people alone. So I'm super thankful.
Oh, boy, I think I think you and Sabina and I, who else, who else on the call? I think we're onto something. And I can say from experience, it is a gift I can give, and I do. Yeah. Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you for giving me something that I could give to somebody, like even if it's nothing.
Oh, it's a big deal. It is something.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Nothing is something like that's yeah. Thank you.
Oh. And then that person eventually can invite you back, and I would never expect it, but let's say they invite you back and you're just shocked, just what, okay, I'm in, and just to, the flexibility of just coming in and out without low self-esteem. Yeah, the gift. Stefana. Stefana.
Hello,
Hey.
Katie. Hello, everybody. First, really, thank you for Sabina for this. She was so authentic. I don't know, so easily to go with. I don't know.
Oh, amazing. Just that radical love and intelligence that she just, whew.
And one thing that really was so beautiful I wanted to mention is the laughter on her side in between, and at some parts you said some things that could be taken like really quite strongly. Like you said something, especially in the end, something like some of us are on a scale from 1 to 10, maybe you're a 1, and then you said to her you're maybe a 10, like being like this, and she laughed in such an open way. I was like, wow, that's enlightenment. There was such
It
an
really is. She's so open that
yeah.
it's like she laughs at the discovery because
Yeah.
she's so open, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And this was really beautiful. As if it these moments is just opening by itself. So yeah, thank you for that.
Thank you. Nancy.
Hi there, Byron Katie.
Oh, you're walking her.
Oh, it's so beautiful here.
Gorgeous.
Thank you to you and Sabina. This was about today for me and my younger son, who just by his sort of treatment of me, and it just shows me that he's just not interested in my opinions. He was visiting, and my husband and he have a very close relationship. They were out on a porch and he was grilling, and I came out, and he literally took his arm and said, don't come into this space. I'm grilling. And I just followed the simple directions. I said, I won't go in that space. I do notice that I sometimes get into self-pity, like, oh my God, I was so loving, such a wonderful mother, and look how he's kind of rejecting me in these sort of small but kind of very direct ways. And it's like, I don't want to go into that either, because that's also like, oh, poor me, look at me, all I've done for you. It's like, I don't want to get into that either. But it's this really delicate line that I'm trying to walk, which is,
if my son says, don't go into this space, Mom, don't, just stay out of this space. You just stay out of this space with an attitude. I'm going, oh my gosh, this guy is so clear and direct with me. He shows me where he doesn't want me. He shows me where to be. And I never have to second guess this guy. Oh, it's a wonderful way to live. It's just a wonderful way to live. And look at him, he's doing all the cooking.
Yeah. Grief often comes up. And if I really do the work, when I do the worksheets on it, I feel a lot of grief. And then I realize it's grief of abandonment. Like literally sometimes the thought comes, I'm going to be alone when I'm old because he's not going to want to be with me, comfort me, take care of me. Like it literally goes all the way back to, he tells me, don't come in here near the barbecue. And then my mind, he's going to abandon me in a nursing home kind of thing.
Yeah. And oh boy, do those things belong on paper. Oh my gosh. And then I might think, oh, good, he's not going to take care of me in the nursing home. I'd rather have someone that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just the way the mind can roll, but boy, it sure shows up on a worksheet, doesn't it?
Yeah. Worksheet, it's off to work I go, right?
Yeah. And thanks for the morning walk in the forest.
Yes, thank you for so much.
Donna, your takeaway, honey.
Hi, Katie. I'm new to this work.
Oh my gosh, you sure got a dose today.
I did. And it seems to me we have these thoughts and then we believe them. And then we go into a trance where those thoughts are true. And we project onto others. Is that basically how it is?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, so it's always about coming back to myself and saying whatever I'm projecting is what I am feeling myself.
But if it's setting, I invite people to put their thoughts on paper. You know what the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet is that Sabina had filled in. And those of you new to the work, that worksheet's always free on thework.com. We have a 99-cent app. You just fill it in, just what are you thinking and believing? You fill it in just like Sabina did. And then we question it one belief at a time. And we sit in exactly, Donna, it is exactly how you described it. That's the effects.
And you said that was the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet? Okay.
Judge Your Neighbor worksheet on thework.com. And you don't have to sign up for anything. You can just download it. It's yours.
All right. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Oh boy. Oh dears. Sabina, thank you for being our teacher today. I just always love seeing you and all of you. And we're here thanks to your contributions every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And thank you all today for something beautiful. Mwah.